This is verse 42 of the 5th chapter of the Gospel of John. John continuing to pursue a description of a conversation that takes place between Jesus and the religious leaders. Jesus has said to them that he does not receive glory from humankind, from anthropon. He may be saying in this that he simply doesn't receive glory, meaning that in a general sense people don't recognize him, although certainly many did. There is a sense in which this verse could be construed to mean that Jesus is not seeking glory from man, that that's not the reason he came, to simply get some kind of special recognition from people, although he certainly deserves it, and he has accepted it when it was offered to him, but that the principal purpose for him coming was something else. One way or another, as the sentence continues following the comma of the previous verse, we continue with this. Allah, this is the strong conjunction, sets in sharp contrast what comes here from what preceded. What preceded was that glory from men I do not receive, and then he continues, but egnoka, this is from genosko, this is the first person singular, perfect active indicative. The perfect tense refers to past action that continues to have present effect. And so what Jesus is saying is that, but I have known and continue to know humas. This is the second person plural accusative pronoun. You, I have and continue to know you. Jesus has insight into these people. He understands them. He's not getting glory from men, but he understands them nevertheless. And what he knows particularly is hoti, that, conjunction, can mean either that or because, the context determines. In this case, the sense is that. Tain agapein. Tain is the accusative, feminine, singular, article. The agapein, of course, the word for love. This is the preeminent form of love in the New Testament, distinguished from other kinds of love, notably phileo, which means more reciprocal love. But this is the pure love of God, the love that depends entirely on the lover rather than the one who is being loved. And at this point in particular, Jesus is saying that this love to theou, this love of God, this love that really can only come from God, this love which has its origins in him, this love of God, Jesus says, I know you, that this love, uk, the negation, the kappa precedes a vowel, uk eketa. This is the second person plural, present active indicative, you do not have, in heotois. The reflexive pronoun always has some form of himself, herself. In this case, it's yourselves. So you do not have in yourselves the love of God. And the reason that they do not recognize Christ, the reason they don't recognize and acknowledge the signs that accompany his work, the reason that they don't embrace, as any rational person should, the claims that Jesus makes concerning himself and bow the knee to him, is precisely because this love of God, this love that can only come from God, is not in them, and thus it renders them blind, unable to see, unable to embrace and accept this that Jesus evidently is.